Hey guys, and welcome to a new episode of Refactoring Explored. Today we're going to be talking about bloater smells as well, but we're going to be talking about a new type of bloater smell. It's the long class. So let's get started. Now, why this smell could appear is usually classes, they start out small, but over time they get bloated as the program grows and new features come in through the door. Usually developers would feel it'll be a lot easier to get that feature out of by adding functions to an already existing class rather than creating its new dedicated class. And over time, one class could get too much bloated, and this could cause the smell to start appear. Now, how a class is generally designed is beyond the scope of this course, but classes usually explode because of the poor responsibility identification and assignment. One class could be created, but it performs multiple responsibilities, or multiple classes could be mistakenly divided into, conceptually different responsibilities, while in fact they're all performing the same thing, and they are, in fact, they could serve for the same responsibility. So for example, if we take this code, this is a class, an employee class, which is supposed to work as a CRUD class that talks to a database. So it's supposed to be sort of a repository. And as you can see here, there is a mixture of business and infrastructure. If you look at this, at the privates right here, you're going to find some of them being, they relate to the database that I'm going to be talking to, where is that database hosted, and the port. And some other stuff are business, like this get rate is supposed to get the hourly rate for this particular employee instance, right? Now, while this is going to work, of course, but it's not really a good thing long term because it's not maintainable. The business entity in this sense knows about the database and it's tied to it, which is bad responsibility for the employee. But if we could extract all the data that has to do and all the functionality that has to do with the database connection and abstract it in one extra class called DB client and project a single point of get connection, this single API here, which I will be able to use as a singleton to run all other stuff or queries, that'll be easier. It'll make the employee just know about the business logic, and a whole new class, another class, knows about all other sorts of things that are implemented in the right way. So infrastructure here is really safe and secure because it's abstracted into one class by itself that could be mocked, that could be tested, and it could be extended and it could be secured independently. I could also change this and use ports and adapters to change the implementation. Maybe I don't need a MySQL handler, maybe I need a Postgres handler, or maybe an entirely different paradigm of databases. Maybe I would need to integrate a document-based thing like MongoDB or something. So the general thing that I would like to say is follow responsibility home. Usually you're going to find bloated classes because they are doing multiple things. Extract them. How do you extract them? It's about knowledge. How do you do that? Just look at one very important thing. It's the private variables or the private members. So for example, here you're going to find a lot of members that need not know about each other. In what context would the DB variable be used along with the name variable? They're probably not the same, and there isn't one function that is actually practicing all those private members at the same time, or most of them, or even a bunch of them. If you find that urge that you need to divide them into groups, logical groups, then probably you need to do that, and the code needs to know that, and probably the compiler as well needs to know about that kind of conceptual separation. When you find yourself performing this kind of conceptual separation, please take the time to clean it up and actually put that separation into a formal and not just a conceptual form. So with that being said, that's the conclusion. Just make sure you understand the responsibility, make sure you divide the responsibility, and that will be all. Thank you very much for watching the episode. I hope you liked it. It was quick. It was easy and simple, hopefully. Please like the video, subscribe to the channel if you're not just yet, and share this series. It will really mean the world to me. Thank you very, very much for that, and I hope you have a good day. Thank you very much.